Hello guys, and welcome to the first episode of the Pommie Aussie Show, or the Aussie Pommie Show, whatever we decide to go for. This is going to be sort of a podcast kind of thing. I'm James, I'm the Pommie in this situation, and Adam is the Aussie.
I'm Adam. I'm the Aussie here, the very happy Aussie. For those who don't know, for the last summer we've had.
So, just a quick rundown of what this is going to be. We're not professional pundits. We're just two very, very avid sports fans who are very patriotic about our countries as well. So, whatever we say, don't take it to heart. Don't think, what we're saying is true. They're just the opinions of two sports fans. So,
we
bear
have
that
the
in mind.
opinions of the majority of the average Joe, which is what we're trying to do. We just want to put ourselves out there, our opinions, and just see what you guys think of them. And
yeah. So please don't take what we say seriously. We are just two sports fans wanting to talk about sports. Anything else to say on that?
I think pretty much said everything. Yeah. Let's get right into the first topic. I think. James, what would be the first topic for today?
Unfortunately, we are both cricket fans, and the first topic is the absolute mockery Australia made of England in 4 of the 5 tests.
Should have been 5, but rain delay did keep us from that one.
4 of the 5 tests. So, the first topic is the Ashes, and how well it went for Australia, and how dismal it went for England.
We can't. Okay, Australia, they played exceptional. I can say that, but you can't leave England just out. They did put up a good fight in some cases, like in the first Brisbane match, Test match, they'll win easily the first 3.5 days, easy.
Yeah.
Easy, but we just pulled it back in the last day, like the 4th day, we pulled that back.
Yeah, I mean, David Malan, 56. Mark Stoneman, 53. James Vince, 83. Run out by Nathan Lyon. Now,
that was a good run out.
Hell of a season.
If you hadn't seen that run out, watch that. That
run out was insane.
That run out caused a chain reaction, like that just sparked the whole Australian team. That was like that's the best thing we've ever seen. We need to beat these Poms at their own game, which we did.
Yeah, and Nathan Lyon said he was going to ruin careers, and there's only one career that he ruined, and that was Moeen Ali. He played Moeen Ali like a book.
I think he got him six or seven times. 6 or 7 times he got him.
At one point, he had him at every single innings.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in the first test, Moeen Ali was bowled out. Well, LBW, Nathan Lyon in the first innings. Moeen Ali, stumped by Payne, bowled by Lyon in the second innings.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant work. Lyon bowled exceptionally well, especially to the left-handers. I think he got the left-handers 19 times this test matches this season.
Yeah.
He got 19 left-handers out. Couldn't quite the right-handers. He couldn't get right. The average for the right-handers, I think, was well up in the 60s. I think he was averaging. He was on the right-handers, but he was averaging for the left-handers, I think, just under 19. I think so. The last time I checked.
Yeah, I mean, to say how old he is, like the guy's bolder, the guy's losing his hair. He's nearly out of his prime. But he's just getting into his prime with this performance. He's at the end.
He's coming into his prime now. Oh, you see how far he's spinning that ball? There's no way he's getting. He's going to keep chucking on. He's going to keep on chucking on.
I mean, he's no Steve Waugh. He's no,
Shane Warne.
Yeah, that's the one. I can't believe I just said Steve Waugh. That's really embarrassing.
Steve Waugh and Shane Warne, yes.
Jesus. I mean, coming on to two brothers of cricket, Hello, Marsh Brothers.
Oh, the Marsh Brothers. Let's talk about that now, shall we?
Let's talk about that. So, Sean Marsh is in the first test, and he got 51.
Oh, he was in the second test. He got brought in the second test, didn't he? Yeah, he replaced bloody
Yeah, he was in the
Was he
first test as well. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, no,
from 141.
It was bloody he's Mitch Marsh. He got brought into the Adelaide test. Was it Wacker?
Yeah.
No, it was Wacker test. Wacker.
It's definitely. I think the Marsh Brothers. Everything about them says cricket is not their sport.
It fucking wasn't.
It wasn't.
The outrage, the absolute outrage that came on social media in Australia from when Marsh came in. Sean Marsh, when he first got selected in the test squad, there was a fucking upcry. There was an outroar. We were all outraged. I was outraged. I was yelling. I was like, "What? Why? What is the selectors thinking? You've seen his
What
fucking
were
run.
they thinking?
Why are you doing? He's not good enough. He's good in Shield cricket. We know that. He just can't make it to international tests. He just can't do it. Like, there's a massive step between domestic Shield cricket. Yeah, no. It's a whole different game. The whole domestic and tests is completely different.
Especially in Australia. You know, like your pitches are fast. Like, they are concrete.
Oh, yeah,
and if anything, after the bounce, the ball keeps on going at the same pace. It doesn't slow down like the English pitches.
God, no. No. Does not at all.
So to come from Shield cricket, you know, professional club level cricket, to come to international with the test average he did and put up the performances he did, it's fair play to the kid. Fair play.
No, definitely. Definitely. No, I was extremely impressed with him. And his brother, I was like, I put them on the same level. They both hit brilliantly.
Let's just find this, shall we? He was in the third test, wasn't he? So let's just
third
go
test,
to the
Wacker test. He parred up with Steve Smith when Steve Smith made his double century.
Yeah. Let's just go to the third test, shall we? And let's just have a look at this. Because Mitchell Marsh hasn't played test cricket for a long time.
Oh God, no, fucking long time. And again, he just can't. Before that, I was fucking furious. I was more furious than when I found out that Sean Marsh was playing it. From what I remember, from the previous test that he played, he was fucking shit. And I was like, he's worse than Sean Marsh in Test cricket. So why the fuck are you bringing this little scrawny kid in that can not bowl as fast as any of our bowlers? You bring him as an all-rounder. He can't bowl. He can't bat. Why are you bringing him in? And you put him in as number, what was it? He was batting number 5 or 6?
6.
6. He's batting at number 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Marsh is 5. Got 28.
What are you doing?
And then, I mean, Mitchell Marsh's test average was low. I think it's like in the 20s or 30s.
Oh yeah, no, it was fucking. It was abysmal. It was absolutely horrible.
England must have been jumping for joy when we saw Mitchell Marsh has been added to the squad, let alone playing. Just being added to the squad, you go, hey, look, this could work in our favour. We could get a cheap wicket out of this and start the slump. And then when he got added to the squad to play, it's like, oh, fucking fantastic. Cheap wickets here, boys. Let's get in there. And then, you know, we go through it. Cameron Bancroft, out for 25. Davey Warner, out for 22. Usman Khawaja, fantastic player, out for 50. In what's Captain Stephen Smith. From 400 balls, he hits 239. And in that time, Sean Marsh has hit 28 runs. And the man with the worst test average on that squad walks in from a year fucking out of test cricket, maybe even more than a year, and hits 181.
Years, yeah. No,
with 29 balls.
He was getting faster than bloody Smith. He was catching up to Smith at one stage, I remember.
It took Mitch Marsh 236 balls to get to 181.
Oh, that was brilliant. The amount of power that was coming out of his strokes. I remember I was sitting there watching it with Dad, and he was like, "I can't believe this. What's going on? Am I dreaming?" The amount of power that he was actually bringing out from the middle of the bat was incredible. Like he hits it. If it comes out in the middle, it's going for four. There's no way that the Poms are chasing it.
Yeah,
It was incredible.
there was no way we were chasing it. And that's the annoying thing is we all thought, yes, Mitchell Marsh is back. The Clowns of Australia are back in the team. Let's see what we can get going. And nothing got going. The only thing that got going was the scoreboard.
Oh yeah,
The scoreboard people just tallying them up for Mitchell Marsh. Even they were surprised. I bet they had that W for wicket just primed every ball for Mitch Marsh. But they had to wait 236 balls to put it up. I mean, the Marsh brothers are the unlikely heroes of this Ashes series.
Oh, they were the underdogs. No one would think they'd get anyway. I thought they were just going to. Oh, you're kidding me? Well, that's the Ashes. That's 2 wickets gone straight away. You've just given England. You've given Mitchell Marsh, putting him as number 6, with the lowest Test score on the squad. With one of them anyway. I think Lyon has the lowest Test score. And I'm just like, are you joking? I can't believe it. I couldn't. I was so furious. I was so angry. So was everyone. And then all of a sudden, next minute, all the memes are popping up on Facebook. So, oh yeah, we always knew Marsh could do it. We always knew the Marsh brothers could do it. We always had faith in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's done something. He's done something different to his game that's brought him from Shield level to international cricket level. And he's now possibly solidified his spot in his Test squad for this year until he makes his next big mess up.
I'm fairly sure both of them have already solidified themselves into the Test squad for the South African tour this coming Australian winter, which will be the South Africa. Actually, no, wait. South Africa in the Northern Hemisphere or the Southern Hemisphere? Southern. Why are we playing over in their winter then?
Because their summer's different to your winter. There is a difference, though.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but usually we go away to play in other countries' summer. Because the cricket is usually played in the summer, not winter.
That's a fair point. I think I'm gonna Google this real quick.
I'm fairly sure. No. It makes sense. While you're googling, let's talk about England now. We've talked about a lot about Australia, even though I love it. Talk about everything. We'll talk about now. Who do you think was Mo and Ali?
Shocking.
I reckon we'll talk to the positives first before we get to the negatives.
Yeah.
Let's start with. I reckon. Okay, you name your positives of the Test squad.
Tom Curran. Fantastic.
Yes,
I think he did.
He was bowling very well.
Yeah,
he get the ball up speed. He was swinging the ball. He was getting wickets. Not many, but he was proving that he was a good selection and he can get wickets in the subcontinent.
100%. Craig Overton, I thought his bowling was fantastic.
Good, yeah, stone face. God, he's got an ugly mug, doesn't he? He has got an ugly head. That's the stuff of nightmares.
You go down there, it's the same picture everywhere.
I remember like when I was watching the cricket, when I was watching the Ashes, and then you know how like when they come into bat or they come into bowl and they have like that little intro kind of thing.
Yeah.
Of him, yeah. So it came up with him. It's just a zoom in of his face. He's looking away from the camera, and he looks at the camera. It's just a zoom in of his face, and it's just always going to be cemented in my mind.
It is one face.
It's a scare
tactic. Leave the minds. Yeah.
I'd rather face him than Tomo. I'd rather face Tomo than him. See that bloody face.
And then
I'd rather face a 160 kc and shoot crusher than a fucking stonehead. Yeah.
I think a big one is Dawid Malan.
he was good.
Oh
I was
my
very
days.
impressed.
Yeah,
Dawid
he
Milan.
put up
I was
consistent 50s.
very impressed. Yeah, very consistent.
Consistent 50s.
I was very. Mm.
I think at one point he, was digging England out of a hole.
Oh no, yeah, no.
They
When he
needed
made
the
his
runs,
first
and he'd
century,
just
was
go.
it? It was Adelaide, wasn't it? Yeah, he made his first century in Adelaide.
Yeah,
It was the whacker.
I think so. And
I think.
England are like, oh, we need runs. Dawid Milan just stands out in the middle and goes, "Hey guys, don't worry about this. We're at the whacker.
I got you.
One of the fastest grounds in Australia. Do not panic. Dawid Milan is here. Let me just hit this. 227 ball, 140. Like it's nothing. Please, just let me do it. Let me dig us out of this hole." And then, not only that, someone else pops up. Johnny Bairstow goes, "Don't worry, I'll help him dig us out of this hole. I'll get 119 to go with it."
Oh no, he was so good. He was very good. Consistent batting.
Yeah. It was top notch.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, looking at the scorecard, Dawid Milan hit 19 fours and 1 6. I don't think there aren't many people that hit sixes in Test cricket. Steve Smith and Pat Cummins did it for Australia in the whacker, and believe it or not, your favourite English player ever, Stuart Broad, he also hit 6.
Fuck Broad. That angered me so much when he actually made above 50. He made above 50, right? Was it the MCG? Was it the whacker?
No, it wasn't.
He made above 50.
The whacker, his first innings he got 12, and his second innings he got nothing.
Yeah, well, it was the MCG. Sure. He made above 50, and I was like, oh, get him out! Someone get him out! Bowler bouncer! Someone take his block off.
I was
very
last time. Yeah, he definitely made a name for himself after that very, very obvious edge. He made a name for himself down in Australia.
Oh, fuck. Malfoy. Fucking little demon child, mate. Little blonde-haired faggot.
Okay. Well. I mean, I can't trash talk him too much because he is of Nottingham and I'm from Nottingham, and he's done wonders for Nottinghamshire cricket. Absolute wonders, and he's done wonders for England. But that particular scenario where there's a clear edge on the ball, there's a clear deviation of the ball from its path after the bat.
Straight to Clark, I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing you see in grassroots cricket, where there's no review system, where you've just got to go on the umpire, or you can edge it and go, "I'll write it." But in international cricket,
himself as the villain.
Oh, it's heart-wrenching to think he'd do that. But that's in the past. That was years ago. That was what?
2013, 14, I think.
Yeah.
That's when they played the two Ashes in a row.
Yes, it was. Yes.
First time in a long time they did that.
Was that because of the Olympics? I can't remember.
I'm not sure. They've done it before. I'm not actually sure what it was. Well, let's talk about who we talk about for. Let's talk about the once great. I'm not sure. He might be coming out of his slump, but all around one of the biggest disappointments of the English campaign this summer, Mr. Alistair Cook.
Oh, he's been in this slump for a while. He's been in this slump for a while. But when he gets out of it, he's done it before, where he's not getting runs and then bang, out of nowhere, there's a double century. Just out of nowhere. And then
I didn't see that coming at all.
He's back. And then it just drops again. And you're just left disappointed. Yeah. I mean, we're looking we're still looking. England are still looking for that solid opening pair.
batsman.
We've not had one since Andrew Strauss quit. Andrew
Oh,
Strauss
yeah,
and
no,
Alistair Cook, the two left-handers, that was the opening pair that you'd dream for. Two left-handers who know what they're doing. Was fantastic. Andrew Strauss decides he doesn't want to play cricket anymore. Leaves that opening pair in complete dismay. It's... oh... And we've been searching ever since. We've tried Adam Lyth, Alex Hales. I'm pretty sure at one point we did try Joe Root at one point. I don't know why we'd try Joe Root for an opener, but we tried him. It's a worry that we've not found an opening pair. A solid opening pair.
Sure, you'll find it. It will come. Like, we still really haven't found a strong opening pair with Warner. Yeah, even though Warner's, he's kind of in a slump. He's not in the best. I wouldn't say slump. I'd say he's not in the best form at the moment. That's what I'd say.
He's still scoring runs.
He's still scoring runs, but he's not he's not making those big scores that he's known for.
Yeah, I mean, I say we're struggling for an opening pair, but Mark Stoneman did quite well this whole series.
He did. No, I was very impressed with him. He was uncapped at the start, was he?
Yeah, this was his first Test cricket.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Yeah, 100%. He was. He did well, especially your first Test in Australia, and you've got to face.
Oh yeah, facing
Mitchell
bowlers
Stark,
like Stark,
Pat Cummins, Josh Hazelwood.
Oh yeah.
You know, you're looking at that's a tall order. That's like coming in, Test debut at the Wacker, first ball of the first innings of the first match, and you're batting against Brett Lee.
Oh yeah. Or Johnson, in matter of fact.
Oh,
Imagine bowling against Johnson in his prime in the 2013 Ashes. Imagine coming in and facing that after he's in the fourth Test when he was like fully in his prime, like the Wacker, where he took like 7 or 8 wickets at the Wacker. In an innings, and I'm just like, no.
It's looking good. I am happy, but I don't think we've solidified that opening pair yet.
Another English person I was very impressed with was James Vince.
Oh, James Vince is a fantastic all-round player in limited overs as well.
Yeah. No, I was pretty impressed with him.
I don't think he's done much in limited overs for England. Well, he's only played 5 ODIs and 5 T20s for England, scoring an average of 26 in ODIs and 32 in T20. But his Test average is 22.7. So, but he's played 12 matches with 20 innings.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we can, he's not had much in limited overs, but when he has, it's been okay.
Yeah. No, I feel he went well for his. He was also uncapped, wasn't he?
No. James Vince had played the South Africa Tests as well, I think.
Okay.
James Vince. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's played the South Africa. Yeah, his Test debut was Sri Lanka at Headingley in 2016, not South Africa. Sorry.
Well, he missed out on the year. Test cricket.
Yeah, I think he did. No, you might have missed out. You might have missed out a lot in 2017. I think. Yeah. I mean, we didn't go on tour that often in 2017, which is surprising. Because England are normally on tour 24/7. We're like a rock band. We go on a world tour every day.
Tour every bloody summer. All right, now let's get to your favourite player of the summer, James. Your favourite player.
Favourite player. Hit me with it.
Mr. Ali.
Oh,
Mr. Moeen
Ali. Since Graham Swan said halfway through that whitewash series, I'm going home. I don't want to play cricket anymore. And fair enough. Fair enough, Graham. You did fantastic for England your whole career. You did fantastic for Nottinghamshire your whole career. You deserve to be able to tell us when your time is up. Thank you, Graham Swan. And then it passes on to Moeen Ali. For the first 2 years, it's good. It looks like we have the replacement for Graham Swan. But then he comes walking into the 2017-18 Ashes. And what happens, Adam?
Nathan Lyon, Gary happened, mate. Gaz happened.
Nice Gary
Mr.
happened.
Nathan Lyon.
And he played him like a book. It was the battle of the spinners. And Moeen Ali lost. If you had a battle of the spinners in its own series, it was a whitewash to Nathan Lyon. He won every single game. Without a doubt.
He was on top of his game. Easily. He took the most wickets last year. He was the highest wicket taker bowler last year. Looking to hopefully be that again this year.
I mean,
he won it clearly.
He said he was going to ruin careers, and he ruined a career.
He ruined poor little Moeen Ali's career.
Now, to go along with that, is England hired a spinning coach. This is one of my favourite stories. This is fantastic in my eyes. England hired a spinning coach for 100 days. For 100 days. The first 2 tests they hired a spinning coach to try and help him. And the spinning... I'm not going to be able to get the name right. I'm probably going to murder it. Saklan Mushtaq. I think he's worked with England before. In fact, I'm pretty sure he has. He worked with England when Graham Swan was playing. Now, they hired him for 100 days. And this is how Andrew Strauss went about hiring him. He rung Graham Swan. And I quote from Graham Swan on the Daily Mail. It said, Strauss phoned me up and said, look, Graham, it's about time we spoke about this off-spin position. He said, my face lit up. I hadn't put great deal of thought into being a coach. I didn't know whether it was something that would suit me, but in those few seconds, I felt a sense of purpose to returning. And he added, this is what Andrew Strauss, he rings Graham Swan to ask him if Shakila Mushtaq is good for the spin coach position. He rings a spinner to say, how do you feel about this spin coach? Knowing that Graham Swan probably wants to be a spin coach. It's heart-wrenching because Graham Swan could feed Moeen Ali so much information on playing in Australia.
No. Yeah. I don't know what else to say about that.
But we only hired a spin coach for 100 days. 100 days. What's the point? It's the Ashes. Just hire him for the whole series. Don't just hire him.
Yeah, I was reading about it. I was like, what? Why? What is the point of that? You got to teach them as much as you can in those 100 days, and then what? The rest of the test, you're just on your own.
Yeah. I mean, it clearly didn't work. It clearly did not work.
Oh, God, no.
Moeen Ali got a few wickets, yeah, but the rest of his game was off. Was off dramatically. And then there's another one. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Moeen Ali right now. I'm a big fan of Adil Rashid. He can spin the ball. Now, he's our limited overs bowler. And he's good. Whether he can transform that into test, I do not know. But I'd like to see him give a go. Because Adil Rashid is one hell of a bowler. And honestly, that's all I have to say on Moeen Ali. There's not much.
No, there's not really much you can say about it, but other than he's had a terrible test match, bloody series.
Yeah.
Terrible series. And that's pretty much all you can say. Like, terrible series, couldn't play anything. Like, you'd think that a spin bowler could, like an off-spin bowler, could, like, play an off-spinner.
Yeah.
Just since you know what you're working with, you know what you know that there's balls that he can bowl. You know how it works. You know the best ways to like, because that's the thing. Like if you're a spin bowler, you need to work out the batsman's weaknesses.
Oh.
And all that stuff. If you're a spin bowler, you need to work out the batsman's weaknesses. If Moeen Ali is facing a spin bowler, he should know that this is what he's going to target for. I know my weaknesses. This is what he's going to target for, so I should try and work on that. He didn't.
Yeah.
At all. He trapped him in front. He's edged it to slips. Knocked it to mid off. He's just didn't do it. No, it was awful.
I think before this series, Kevin Peterson hit the nail on the head when asked about the team, and he just said they may as well not bother. There were I had high hopes, as always when England play, that we could at least challenge for the Ashes this time. But after the first test, my hopes were just gone. Nothing was there. It was just empty.
Yeah, no,
It was shocking, and
You
I'm happy we got.
Yeah.
I'm happy we got a draw. That
yeah,
draw. is
it wasn't a complete. It wasn't a complete whitewash.
No, but it may as well have been.
Pretty much.
It may as well have been a whitewash.
Very close to being one. And that not only did
Yeah.
we win the men's Ashes, we also won the women's Ashes as well. We also did the double header.
You did the double header. Now, how did the women's Ashes go?
Women's
Women's
Ashes.
cricket doesn't get shown a lot on TV.
It's
so
actually it's actually on. It's on Australian TV. So we won. Australia won the first test by 6 wickets.
Yeah.
Then England. Wait. Oh, that's ODI. My bad. The test. I was an idiot. Actually, I don't even know how it works. Well, I'm not actually quite sure how the women's Ashes works.
Their Ashes is strange, isn't it? Not strange.
Because I think
It's
I think
not
it's
like the
there's
men's.
3 tests.
There's 3 tests and 2 ODIs and like 2 T20s, and that's their Ashes.
Yeah, and I think all
That's their
all
whole
of them
competition.
add up to all of them add up to the one. There's a single test. There's a single test match. There's 3 ODIs and 3 T20s, and that's their Ashes. I'm pretty sure. Like all those games add up to the one trophy, which we ended up winning. So the test match was the draw, and then
I don't know
won.
much about women's English cricket, but I know that England women are good.
I think they're top. I think they're top at the moment. Oh no, I checked yesterday. They're on the top of the leaderboards by 1 point, just behind Australia.
Yeah, you know, and that
just in front
I know
of just
England
in front of
women
Australia.
are good.
Yes, but I'm pretty sure Elise Perry carried the whole team. I think she was scoring a lot of hundreds. I think, well, not a lot, but a fair amount. She was going a really good. But we did do the double header.
And congratulations to you on both of them. It was It was horrible to watch, but it was fantastic. It was a fantastic series. It was good.
It was very thrilling series. Like there was some points where I thought, oh fuck, they've got us here.
Yeah,
they've got us. Like the Brisbane match, I was like, oh, you're joking. Can't believe it.
The only time I thought we had a win in the bag was the draw. That's the only time I thought, oh, we could win this one. We could win this one.
And the rain delay.
Yeah. Well, we called it rain, but, you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean...
Melbourne weather.
Yeah. It was a thrilling series with many turns. Unlikely heroes, the Marsh Brothers.
No.
Unlikely. Oh, gotta love them. Gotta love them from now on.
And
then the Ashes are over. And then all it comes down to right now are the ODI T20s.
Please. Oh.
Now, as of time of recording, we're only 3 in to the ODIs. And England have won all of them.
Oh, it was
The next one.
absolutely
is on Australia Day.
This Friday, the 26th
This
of
Friday,
January.
the 26th of January. Australia Day. Australia versus England. 4th ODI at the Adelaide Oval. Now, the first three. This is why our tour of Australia has come. It's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And
I
it's
guess
fantastic.
we got to let you win a few, I guess.
So, in the first ODI, for those of you that don't know or didn't watch or don't even care about cricket, England won by 5 wickets. We finally won a game down in Australia this year. And Australia put up a fantastic 304. A fantastic 304.
Yeah, no, I was
Aaron
like,
Finch
wow, we got
getting 100.
Aaron Finch, the man who single-handedly carried us the whole of this series, pretty much.
Yeah, that Aaron Finch, he has that aurora about him that when he walks on the field as a captain, you just go, everyone on the boundary, off you go.
He's a big,
no one in on the boundary.
He's a big ball of
He's
testosterone,
huge.
a huge man, just built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah, other batsmen, when they're walking to the middle, they'll go through, a few defensive shots, loosen themselves up, make it look like they know how to play cricket. Aaron Finch doesn't bother. He just drags his bat like a club. He just drags it and goes, I know how to play, don't worry. And then he just comes in and says, goodbye, fetch that one from the lake. And that one, and that one, and that one. Oh, I tell you what, I'll give you a break. I'll just run a quick 2. That man is a player, and I love him. As I said, as soon as he walks on the field, you put him on the boundary. You go on the boundary.
Oh god, yeah. Well, that's a good thing about the Super Over. You can't do that.
Yeah, even the keeper's on the boundary. Even the keeper. Back here as well, mate. It's unreal. He's a batter.
Now, I actually went up to the Gabba to see the 4th test of the Ashes, which was the day to go. Like, that was the day. That's where we set our minds right, and we're just after Steve Smith made his century, and that actually got all of the Aussies back up, and we went out there, bowled England out, and then David Warner and bloody shit, fuck, I forgot his name. Oh no. Oh bugger. David Warner and Cameron Bancroft, they came out, and they they ended up winning with by 10 wickets by the 5th day. Now that was a brilliant end of the first match. But then I also went up and saw the one-dayer. The one-dayer, which
I remember the Snapchat stories.
I have never seen such abysmal play in a one-day match in my life.
I have. My first ever live cricket game was England v South Africa, and I love cricket. And it was at Trent Bridge, the holy ground of Nottinghamshire, Trent Bridge. Now, my stepdad dropped me, my mum, and my brother off. My mum couldn't care less about cricket. She took a book to read, and we had a packed lunch and everything. It was a proper day out of cricket. South Africa won the toss and decided to bat first. Big mistake, because England bowled them out for 57. 57 in a one-day game. And then England trot in. They didn't even bother with their normal openers. They sent out Kevin Peterson and I think Jonathan Trott. And they must have given them a licence to throw because it was over in an hour. And no sooner had my stepdad got home, we rung him and said, can you come pick us up? It's finished. That was my first experience of a cricket game.
Yeah, that was the first. That must have been a bloody good one to watch. The first live cricket game that I went to was actually not that long ago, just because I just couldn't be bothered going up to Brisbane, just because I hate going up to Brisbane. But the first one was actually in 2014. I saw Australia host the host the Kiwis, and that was a brilliant test match in which ended in a Kawaja, after Kawaja came back from his from his test bloody sabbatical, I would call it.
Yeah.
Knocks 100. Davey Warner knocks 100 as well. Steve Smith, I'm pretty sure, came close, but oh no. Kiwis just stand no chance against the Aussies. That's another rivalry, but we'll leave that to another day when we play them in the T20s, I think.
Yeah, there's the T20 Tri-Series coming up, isn't there?
Yes, the all three of the nations, Australia, the Kiwis and the Poms, all battle it out for the one Trans-Tasman prize.
And Trans-Tasman, and we've sent Joe Root home. He's not going to be playing that.
And we have also sent Steve Smith packing, rightfully so, to be honest.
Good.
Even though he's a brilliant captain. Tests, brilliant captain in tests. He can play the tests. I was very disappointed in his ODI form. Very disappointed, especially in the Brisbane match.
Yeah.
He did nothing. He did nothing. He made 18. He made 18 runs.
He is not a limited overs player. No matter how much he wants to be, how much Australia want him to be, he's not. He is a test player.
Can't do it.
Still a good player.
But
he is just not for limited overs.
He can't. Yeah, exactly right. But the ODI. I'll get back. I'll get right back onto my time up in Brisbane at the Gabba. So we walk there. We get our seats. We go get the beers and all that because in England cricket is more of the gentleman's sport. Very posh.
It is not.
Very posh.
It is not. In the member stand,
that's what it's meant to be.
But you go in any of the other stands, it is nothing but a lads' night out. It is great.
Well, that's what it is here. So, Barmy Army roaring, of course. Not as loud as it was in the Ashes because most of them have gone home because it could, rightfully so. Even though they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have because they would have seen them win. But I guess they've been over there for a long time, travelled across the country. It's a big country, bigger than England. 6 hours across the country. Big country, big travel. But I stumbled up to section 52 of the Gabba. Not completely forgetting that it was on the eastern side of the. It was on the side where the afternoon sun hits it for 3 hours. Sweltering Brisbane heat at the Gabba, humidity roaring, sun absolutely baking everyone. I managed to make one of those stupid KFC Buckethead Army hats that we have, which I am the laughing stock of the cricket, of world cricket. I actually made the bucket into a hat by making a face hole out of it, and then putting my Goldie on top of it, just so it would protect my ears and the back of my neck from the sun. I walked up to one of the dude because we were all out of them because the other one, the boys have all their stuff in it. So I went downstairs. I grabbed one off the dude because they was giving them out to free all the kids. All the kids love them. That's what it's for, is to attract the kids to the cricket. But it's just embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's all the TV ads. But I ripped it out in front of him. Ripped the face hole. I put it on my head and then just went, "Cheers, mate," and just walked off. He didn't know what happened. He didn't know what was going on. The poor lad. He was handing out KFC buckets. So I get back up. Australia is still batting at this point. I think, I'm not sure. We won. I don't think I'm on the right page. Gabba. Here we go. It was when Steve Smith was batting. Steve Smith and Aaron Finch were batting at the point. So we're looking good. Looking good. Steve Smith, hopefully he can do something. Aaron Finch, we all know that he can do something. Finchy went on, made his 100. Steve Smith got LBW by Root. The most embarrassing thing that could happen to a captain to get out by the captain. Well, Joe Root's not the captain, but it's still that rivalry between the bloody Ashes is still there. So having Joe Root get Steve Smith out LBW and have Smith review it as well. Pretty sure, yeah, Smith reviewed it, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
And he lost the
I
review.
think he did. Yeah.
Then along came Travis Head. Out by Root. Caught and bowled by Root. 7 off 18. 7 off 18 in a one-dayer. And Smith also got 18 off 25. That's just not good enough. He had a strike rate. Travis had a strike rate of 38. 38 strike rate.
38.
And Mitchell Marsh came in. He made 36. Good knock. 36 of 43. Not bad. Strike rate at 83. Marcus Stonis, who actually played a big part. He got a 60 in the first match, but only made abysmal 4 in this 4 from 6 in the Gabba. And then along came the newcomer. Well, not newcomer, the guy that we brought back into the one ODI side, Cameron White. Now I knew because he played with Andrew Simons and all the good guys like back in the day. He hasn't been in the squad for ages. Back when Simons was in his prime and all that, he was playing the ODI. And Brett Lee was still playing and all that shit. He was still playing. We decided to give him another chance. He single-handedly. I was so mad. I've never heard that many wankers called from the stadium in my life. The people behind us, they've had probably 16 beers each. The amount of times that he was called a wanker, rightfully so, was incredible. Cameron White made 15 off 21, hitting, I'm pretty sure, only singles. I think we only made maybe 25 to 30 runs in the last 10 overs.
So Cameron White
10
got
overs
15 from 21 balls.
In the last 10 overs.
Wow.
The last 10 overs.
I've heard he's a really good catcher as well. I'm just going on a hunch.
Well, we don't need catchers, mate.
Catchers win matches. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Everyone knows
that,
catchers win matches.
Good batsmen win matches as well, and he's not a good batsman. Alright? Alright? And then Alex Carey. He got 27 off 24, and he's a bowler. The bowler comes out and he makes more than Cameron White.
Yeah. Can we just throw this in? Again, Aaron Finch, 106.
106. 92 strike rate. He's just carrying us along again.
That's in the third ODI. Let's have a look in the second ODI. Oh no, that was in the second ODI. Let's have a look at the third ODI. What did he get there?
Yeah.
62.
Still good. Still in good form.
Still the highest scorer on your team.
Still carrying still carrying us.
Now, this is what I like, is Aaron Finch hitting those hundreds. Fantastic. Let me just roll it back to the first ODI at the MCG. Welcome back now to the MCG.
Welcome to the MCG.
Let's go down to England's innings. And we come to a player.
Jason Roy.
We come to Jason Roy. 180 from 155 balls, 16 fours, 5 sixes, and a lovely strike rate of 119.2. Now this is brilliant. Record set by Jason Roy in this game. Highest individual score by an English batsman. Highest individual score at the MCG. Highest individual score by a visiting batsman in a run chase in Australia. Highest individual score in a run chase against Australia.
He broke all kinds of records that fucking match. All records. And rightfully
let's not forget,
England won.
He got man of the match.
Yes, he did get man of the match.
Josh Butler. That right there. In the third ODI.
100 runs off 83.
Oh. And I don't
100
like
runs not out off 83. And then Chris Wokes hit 53 from 36 balls.
Chris Wokes, I like Chris Wokes. He is good.
Pat Cummins gave away 24 runs in an over. That is what happened. That is why we lost, because we're only 17 runs behind when you beat us. Only 17 runs.
Only 17.
That over by Pat Cummins. All he had to do was just bowl it to a place they couldn't hit it. Chris Wokes comes out. Look at me. I'm going to smack it over there. He hit 3 sixes in a bloody row. 2 of them were wides. I was watching it live at my mate's place. I was like, you're joking me. I can't believe it. After his success in the Ashes, I thought that because he was the highest wicket taker in the Ashes, I just thought he might be doing something, might get something, but he didn't. He was just getting hit out, hit over the pickets. That's all that was happening.
Yeah. So with England being 3-0 ahead, the ODI series isn't over, but in terms of...
it is over because you won it.
In terms of winner, yeah, it's over. England are 2 games away from the whitewash, and we don't all like slowing down. Our ODI squad is good.
No, it is good.
Our ODI squad is good.
I will tell you right now my ODI squad, which I think that we should have. So, Aaron Finch and David Warner is as the opening batsman.
100%.
Sack Cameron White for Usman Khawaja. That I'm not sure why he's not in there. I do not know why. He's brilliant at the strict overs format.
Yeah.
Brilliant. He's shown it in the Big Bash League. He's shown in the IPL. I'm pretty sure he plays in the IPL. I'm not sure.
I think he plays over in England as well.
Yeah, no, he plays in England as well. He shows it in all the strict over format. Steve Smith, controversial. But I think that he deserves this for how much of what a dick move he's pulled. Swap Steve Smith with Glenn Maxwell.
I was just about to say Glenn Maxwell. What
Swap
is going on
Smith
there?
with Glenn. Smithy said that he doesn't train smart. What kind of a bullshit excuse is that? He doesn't train smart. Look
right now,
at his
Steve
form.
Smith has not got a leg to stand on. A leg to stand on while ever he's putting in terrible scores like he is.
In the Sheffield Shield, when this was happening when we were at the 4th day at the Ashes in Brisbane. Glenn Maxwell hit, what was it, 300 and something?
Yeah.
300 something in the Sheffield Shield. He doesn't train smart. Smith, you are blowing a load of fucking hot air, son.
What it is Stephen Smith trains in a different way to Glenn Maxwell. And Glenn Maxwell is clearly succeeding in the way he's training. And Stephen Smith isn't. So Steve Smith's going, do you know what? I don't like this. I'm supposed to be a big boy.
I'm I'm the hero. I'm the one that everyone talks about. I saved the Ashes.
Yeah.
I pretty much carried my team through the Ashes.
Yeah.
I was Captain Courageous.
I'm throwing this guy under the bus.
I'm gonna keep the good times rolling.
Yeah. And he's picked on one of the best ODI players in the world. One of the best limited overs players in the world.
Limited overs, yeah, God, yeah. Hands down.
Stephen Smith has no place in the limited over squad.
No
place. And yet he picks on one of the best.
Oh yeah, no. That's what I just don't understand. When I saw they're not picked, and I saw the reason. Smith said he in an interview, like he didn't have he said it live to the media, what kind of what kind of a dick do you have to be to say that to the media? He doesn't train smart. I thought he could train smarter. Like what? Why would you say that?
Yeah, I just don't understand it. Glenn Maxwell is a fantastic player, and the consistency he has in international cricket is unreal. He is like Aaron Finch. He's taller and skinnier. But you see Glenn Maxwell walking out and you just go, on the boundary, boys. Off you go. Keeper, bowler, boundary. Don't worry. It's only going over your head. Just lap it up. I'll send around some of the physios. We'll get your sun cream. You can just tan it up for a bit while he goes. While he has a bit of fun. That is Glenn Maxwell.
I'm just gobsmacked. To be honest, I just couldn't believe that Smith said. I keep bringing it up, but that's just that's not very captain. That's not very Captain Courageous in my mind.
No, it reminds me of the Kevin Peterson Andrew Strauss saga. It really does.
Yeah.
He just. It's mind-blowing as to why he'd say that about his own teammate. He's your teammate. You don't say that to the media. If you think that, then you go up and tell him yourself. You don't come out to the media when you're not even a selector for the squad. That you can train smarter. You can't do that. It's like the Australians, going out onto the field, and then instead of, throwing out all these insults to the English players, it's like them doing it to each other. It's like Nathan Lyon bowling a shit ball and Steve Smith standing there going, "You're crap. Bowl better."
Yeah. This is a quote from SBS News that Smith did about Maxwell. If he keeps his head switched on and trains really well and focuses on basic things, probably more than the expansive things, then I think that will help him have consistency. Basic things, and probably more than the expansive things. It's limited overs. You need expansive things to win. Basic things, you've seen in Sheffield Shield that he has that down.
Yeah.
Why are you saying these things to the media of all people? So I just don't understand.
So let's just pull this up. I'm on ESPN Cricket Info. Now, in ODIs, pardon me, Glenn Maxwell has played 80 games with 71 innings, 8 not outs. His high score is 102 with an average of 32 and a strike rate of 123. In T20, he's only played 38 games. Just he might not enjoy that format as much. His high score is 145 not out. 145
Brilliant.
not out.
Let's
in
have a look
T20.
at
Steve Smith in limited overs, shall we?
Oh, here we go. Come on, Smithy. What do you got for us now?
What are you going to conjure up for us today, Steve? What are you just going to revitalise us with? Okay. He's played 106 matches in ODIs, 92 innings, 12 not outs. His high score is 164. Fair enough. His average is 42, higher than Maxwell, but his strike rate is only 86. Lower, a lot lower than Maxwell.
Significantly lower than Maxwell.
Yeah. In T20, he's played 30 games. His high score is 90. His average of 21 and his strike rate is 122. He is nowhere near Glenn Maxwell's level in ODI cricket or T20.
Oh, God no. God no.
So I agree with you. Get Steve out and bring Maxwell in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying bit of controversial thing because I know a lot of people disagree with me because it's Steve Smith. He carried our team to regain the Ashes and all that bull. But that's Test match cricket. This is ODI cricket. Completely different format. 5 days compared to 8 hours is you can't compare the two. It's completely different. It's a completely different ball game, different atmosphere, different ball. Different,
I think
it's everything.
England have hit the nail on the head with ODIs. especially with our captains, we have separate captains for the different formats. So, Joe Root is the Test captain, Owen Morgan is the ODI, and I think the greatest player in Australian history, Stuart Broad, is T20 captain. Now, we do use a lot of our Test players in ODI, but then we have people that are ODI specific and limited overs. David Willey is a fantastic limited overs player. Alex Hales tried it in Test, couldn't quite do it, but he's great back home in the domestic cup playing for Nottingham in the 4-day format. It's fantastic. But for England, he's only really good enough. You know, his skills are only good enough for limited overs. And same with Josh Butler, which is why we have Johnny Bairstow at Test, and I agree with that. I like Johnny Bairstow.
Johnny Bairstow is good.
But you look at the Australia squad, and it's mainly the Test people with minus 2 or 3 people.
It is all the Test. It's pretty much the Test squad.
Yeah.
You're just playing a few bowlers and a few middle order batsmen. That's it. Everything stays the same.
Everything stays the same.
Because that's the thing. Like it doesn't really work. Because they're still like they've just come out of the Ashes. And it's just like they're coming straight into limited overs. Like it's hard to make that switch. You've just finished a 5-match. You've just finished a 5-match series, and you're coming into the ODIs, where it's 5 matches, and they last for 8 hours.
And you've got a certain amount of balls to do do damage.
And you 10 overs, 10 overs, your maximum amount of ball things you can bowl.
You can't go back into the clubhouse and go, don't worry, I've got another innings I can bowl.
Yeah.
Your 10 overs are your 10 overs. End of.
I just don't know what to say. ODIs, we were best in the world. We won the last World Cup. We smashed everyone at that World Cup in, 2015, I think it was? 2015 World Cup.
Yeah.
Obliterated everyone.
Yeah.
And then we can't get that glory back. Well, who was in that squad? I'm gonna look that up right now. Clark was captain. Australia. World Cup.
Is
20.
You know, England aren't even English.
Yeah, no.
Well, they are English, but they're made up of many, many different countries around the world. So Owen Morgan is from Ireland, just over the Irish Channel, not far, not far at all. Tom Curran and Sam Curran are from England's motherland of cricket, the almighty South Africa.
South Africa.
South Africa. Where we just pick players up and go, you're English now.
Hey, you're English, man. Come over.
Come play for Surrey. You're in the England squad. Ben Stokes, born in New Zealand. Now, this isn't just like a new thing to England. This is decades old. We've been doing this for a long time. A long, long time. Andrew Strauss, South African. Kevin Peterson, South African. Jonathan Trott, South African. Geraint Jones, Welsh. I understand it's the England and Wales Cricket Board, but it doesn't say that. It doesn't say the England and Wales cricket team. It's England cricket team.
Yeah, no.
Geraint Jones, Welsh. Who else have we had? We poached players more than New Zealand poached players for rugby from the Pacific Islands.
That's true. That is true. I've got the squad. That is true. But I've got the World Cup squad, the Australian World Cup squad from the 2015 World Cup. So if anyone, the World Cup in 2015 was set in Australia and New Zealand, and it was the ODI format. That's what that World Cup was. The Australian ODI winning squad was Michael Clark as captain, George Bailey as vice captain, Pat Cummins, Xavier Doherty, James Faulkner, Aaron Finch, Brad Haddon, Josh Hazelwood, Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, Steve Smith, Mitchell Stark, David Warner, and Shane Watson. That squad, how strong does that sound when you name it out?
That squad is just a brick wall.
That nothing can. Strong. Like, yeah, we've still got we've got some test guys in there, but that was 2015 when they haven't really been playing that much test squad. Like Pat Cummins wasn't really couldn't really break it into the test squad just at the moment. Who else? Xavier Doherty couldn't really break it in. James Faulkner couldn't really break it in. And the rest, like David Warner, Shane Watson, T20 specialists, like limited format specialists, those guys. Mitchell Johnson, he can smack easily one of the best all-rounders we have had in so long.
Yeah.
Easy. Brad Haddon, he can bat. Best keeper since Gilly. Yeah, so like, I just want that squad back. Can't we just have that squad back?
No, you can't. I'm sorry, you can't.
Most of them retired now.
Yeah.
Most of them are gone. Johnson's gone. Haddon's gone. Watson's retired from international cricket.
No, Watson was forced to retire. He didn't retire on his own. He didn't retire on his own page. He didn't go, do you know what? I just can't do this anymore. Australia went to him and said, it's probably best you finish. He was terrible.
You're right, mate.
To the end of it. Let me just review this ball hitting, straight down the line, hitting my ankle when I'm not taking a step, and it's clearly hitting a bit of stump. Let me review that. I don't think I'm out. I think I'm safe. Let me just see this.
No.
He didn't retire on his own terms. The Australian Cricket Board went, retire now, please.
You need to retire.
I think you need to retire.
Please go.
And since retirement, he's done okay.
He's done okay for the 220 form with a big bash. Captain Sydney Thunder doesn't do that bad.
Doesn't do that bad at all.
Do you know I always got mixed up? I always got Ryan Harris and Shane Watson mixed up a lot. They look very similar. I always got them mixed up.
Oh, big Ryan. Ryan Harris.
Rhino.
Player. Rhino.
He was so good. Oh, God. I just want him back. I just want Ryan Harris.
Do you know what? There is two Australian players I really want to see back. It's never going to happen, but if I could turn back time and make them play today, it'd be Ricky Ponting.
Oh, Ricky Ponting.
Nothing
nothing.
compares to that batting.
The name says it all. You just see Ricky Ponting and just know that.
The trademark Kookaburra Kahuna bat, the green bat.
Oh, the Kookaburra.
He used that for years.
Nothing sweeter.
Nothing like it. He wouldn't. If you saw Ricky Ponting with a different coloured bat that wasn't Kookaburra with green stickers, you'd go, "That's not Ricky Ponting."
That's not Ricky Ponting. That's an imposter. That.
Yeah, and then
and who's
Brett Lee.
Binger, bloody Binger, mate. The chainsaw's gonna be fucking coming out.
I'd love to have him back.
Oh, he was good.
He's only been retired from cricket fully for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years. Was about to get a team hat trick on his last ball as well. About to get a run out. He got 2 wickets beforehand. He bowled 2 of them. The last wicket, they needed a run out. It was just run out, and then the fielder fucked it up.
The fielder fucked it up.
The fielder fucked it up. That's pretty much what happened. I couldn't believe it was his last ball. His last ball in cricket. And the fielder fucked it up. It was about to get a hat trick.
I think one of my favourite Brett Lee moments is bowling against Piers Morgan.
Oh yeah.
That was everything. People would pay millions to bowl against Piers Morgan. Now I like the fella. I like his no filter attitude. Oh, pardon me. I like his no filter attitude, but he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
And he's an absolute champion for taking 6 balls from Brett Lee like he did. Absolute champion. So, I mean, the ODI series is won. There's only two games left.
2 games left in this current ODI series.
What do you think? What's your prediction?
Oh god. We're gonna win 1, and then you guys we're gonna win 1. It's gonna be 4-1, England.
Okay, I'm going all in. We're getting the whitewash.
You're gonna get a whitewash. No, I feel that after the series have lost, Australia Smith is just gonna be like, okay, boys, we need to pull something out of our asses here. We need to do something good. Finchy, you keep doing what you're doing. Warner, Warner, what are you doing, mate? Make a good score. Make a big score.
Warner, you need to train smarter.
Warner,
think about
train
it, mate.
smarter. Maxwell, come on, little Maxie. Come on in here. Maxie, I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
I'm predicting an ODI whitewash, and the only redemption you guys can have in the limited overs format are the T20s.
Oh god. Well, good thing the Ashes mean more than the ODIs.
Not right now.
Yeah, well, you say that. Tomato.
Tomato. Yeah. So I don't think England have released their T20 squad yet, but I know that we know that Joe Root's gone home and he has been subbed in for. He's not been subbed in. Sam Curran has been sent out in his place. That's what we know.
Sam Curran, the Curran brothers are coming in.
The Curran brothers are going to be the next Marsh brothers. They could be absolutely terrible, but give them 2 years' time, they'll come in and they'll take the world by storm.
They are like the Marsh brothers, except they are South African.
Playing for England. Yes.
South Africa.
I think South Africa. I think Australia will win a T20, and that's my prediction on that.
Oh yeah, no, we're just hand-picking. We've got the Big Bash League we can pick from. We're just picking people out from here, the left, right, centre.
Yeah.
No, we have released our T20 squad. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, I think we have.
I don't think we've done ours yet. I'm not too sure.
Series. Let's go to series. And then we go to up-and-coming series. Where are we? It's ODI. Go to Google now. The app's not working. The app doesn't go down that long. The series doesn't go down that long. So, what do you think of current Mason Crane?
I don't know. I've not seen a lot of him. In action. I've not really, because obviously we met in America, didn't we, in a summer camp during the height of the English summer as well, and that's when cricket is played. The height. I say the height of the English summer. It pretty much wazzed it down with rain all year. So I didn't really get to see much of Mason Crane in action. So I can't really comment. But from what I've seen, I like what I've seen so far. I really like what I've seen.
Now the T20 squad for Australia, this is what it's all about. We're gonna win this easy. So
I think
David Warner's captain, Aaron Finch vice captain. Now, David Warner is a veteran. So that's why he's gotten captain. He's the veteran of the squad. He came from T20s and then he worked his way up to the Test squad, which doesn't happen very often, but he made it work.
Yeah.
But Aaron Finch is in heavily good form. Now, I'm not sure who to give captain to in this one, so I'll leave it be just because David Warner's a captain, but Aaron Finch is actually in better form. Ashton Agar, Alex Carey, Ben Dwarschwitz, Travis Head, Chris Lynn, Glenn Maxwell, Kane Richardson, Darcy Short, Billy Stanlake is coming back in from the bloody ODIs after he bloody nearly lost his foot to bloody some disease he has on his toe or something like that. Nearly lost his toe. Marcus Stonis, Andrew Ty, and Adam Zampa. Two test players. Oh, three. Three test players. Only one current test players. Only test players that we've had in there were David Warner, Ashton Agar, and Glenn Maxwell. Ashton Agar hasn't played a test series since the horrible Ashes series we had in England the last time we were over there. And Glenn Maxwell, I can't remember the last time he played tests. And David Warner is just the opening batsman, we all know that.
No, England are fielding a good side. I've just found our squad. We have announced it.
Oh, yeah, we haven't it, yeah. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, Owen Morgan is captain. I thought, solid captain. Does well for the ODIs. I know I don't agree with having a captain do two. I think we should have it separate like we used to. Sam Billings, fantastic batsman. Josh Butler, again, keeper, batsman, great. Tom Curran, my man from Surrey, great cricket player. Liam Dawson. Liam Dawson, I don't know much about him. I've not seen him play. Alex Hales, the man from Nottinghamshire. Fantastic. He knows how to hit a cricket ball. Chris Jordan, great all-round cricket player. He can hit the ball, he can bowl the ball, and he can catch. Dawid Malan, he's shown in Test cricket he knows what he's doing.
He has.
That's a good one.
He knows what he's doing.
Liam Plunkett is a walking injury every single time he steps on the field, but he's a good player. Adil Rashid could spin a brick.
He's the Jack Wilshere of the cricket world.
Adil Rashid could spin a brick on water. He is a great spinner.
Oh, he's a fantastic spinner.
Jason Roy, fantastic batter. Ben Stokes, coming back from his little sabbatical. He's back.
He's back.
He is back, and I'm happy.
Unless he punches another dude in the street.
Ben Stokes is back, and that is good news. That is good news for England. He is a fantastic all-rounder. James Vince, great batter again. David Willey.
Good batter. David
Willey is...
Good old Willie.
Oh, fantastic. Again, all I've got to say about this team is fantastic. Mark Wood, fantastic.
And Mark Wood.
Now,
very good.
We're waiting on the New Zealand squad. We're waiting on the New Zealand squad.
We're still waiting on the New Zealand squad.
Theirs should be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if Daniel Vettori comes out of retirement for the 50th time in his career.
Yes, it is. Oh, that is true.
Apologies for the coughing there.
Yes.
So, with the T20 squads like that, who do you think's going to win the Tri-Series before we wrap it up? We've been going for a good hour.
Australia. Well, hands down. No, we're going to win it. We have a hand selection from the Big Bash. Chris Lynn, if he doesn't fucking injure himself again, I swear to God, if he does his hamstring again, that's what happened last year in the ODIs. We picked him because he's in brilliant form in the Big Bash every single season. Injured his hamstring last year, just before the ODIs. Injured his hamstring again before the ODIs this year. T20 is... Oh, he's brilliant. He is brilliant. He's hit balls on top of the Gabba. Like that's a big stadium to hit it out of, and he hit it on top of the roof. Glenn Maxwell, we all know. Travis Head, he's going really good. Alex Carey going really good. Everyone's in form.
Everyone's in form.
Yeah. Everyone's in form. I haven't seen Billy Stanley bowl in a fair while. I'm not sure about him, but he is a good limited overs bowler. Adam Zampa, he's good. He's not Nathan Lyon, but he's good.
He's good.
I just want Nathan Lyon back.
I'm gonna say England are gonna win, but deep down I know it's Australia.
It's
down,
going to be
I know.
Australia. You have Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes can carry your whole team.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to carry the whole team. If Alex Hales does well,
I'm
Alex
surprised.
Hales can carry a team.
I'm surprised that you haven't put Bairstow in there.
Bestow's not a T. He's never ever been good at T20. He's better at the longer formats of the game. So your ODIs,
slightly longer ones.
It's kind of like it's kind of like Test where he can play himself in. But once he's in, he's going. He's off to the races.
No, that's
and
surprising.
It's the same in Test.
That's surprising because he was going good in the ODIs. He was getting more runs than balls. Faced.
He's part of the T20 squad, but they just won't field him because he's our backup keeper for Josh Butler. They're just not going to field him like they do with the ODIs. Because in the ODIs, there's just another man in the field for us, which is fantastic because he's got solid hands, unlike Mr. White. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to put a clip of that catch just so that people know what we're saying, know what we're talking about. You're going to see a clip of that famous catch. Famous catch.
The famous one.
I'm going to say England are going to win, but deep down in my heart, I know it's Australia.
Also put Nathan Lyon's bloody run out from the first Test match. Then he also in there.
Do you know what? I will, just for you.
Just for me, just so everyone can know what we're talking about.
Yeah. And I think with those predictions, Adam, it's time to end the first episode of the Aussie Pommie Show.
The first episode has come to a wrap, fellas. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in, hoping to do weekly episodes. When we find it won't be just cricket. This was just the first episode, and we had a lot in our minds since we've had a lot to wrap up. Since the Ashes have just ended and the ODIs are starting now, so we've had a lot to wrap up. I'm surprised we've actually wrapped it up into one episode. I'm surprised we haven't gone over 3.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot about more sports. We have got a few guests that are going to come in and talk about their sport. I think one of them in particular is going to be absolutely fantastic for you guys to listen to. There will be subtitles for his section because you may struggle to understand him when he gets in the flow. But it's not just going to be about cricket. There will be many other sports involved in
I'm hoping to talk about the Australian Open because there is some really, really nice tennis playing down under. I can tell you that.
Yes, I'd like to talk about the Australian Open too, and I think that is one for the next episode.
That is.
So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. If you have any topics you want us to talk about, you can list them in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this page. It is a new page, so we've got no subscribers right now. But don't forget to subscribe, leave a thumbs up on the video, and we will see you next week with the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.